Hello, welcome to Sunfire Designs. Today I'm going to be working on a fairy flower. And I'm pretty sure this has got to be like take 80 something. I swear I've done this and tried to get it to work so many times. Today's going to be the day. I just know it. I hope. I'm sure it is. We just got to think positive, right? All right, so I already mixed up my resin. I mixed it up. It's a 2-to-1. It's the Expert deep pour resin, and I let it sit for 30 minutes. It's been actually almost 45 minutes now since I mixed it because I've been mixing everything up together. So I have 1 cup with some pretty opaque white. For my dots, I have this cup. I don't know if you can see the glitter in it, but I used Marabou Rainbow alcohol ink. And then to color that one, I used Let's Resin white pigment dye, okay? And I used the opaque one. There's 2 different ones. I used the opaque one, but you can tell it's not opaque. You can't even see that it's there. And then I have purple, which I used the Let's Resin purple pigment paste. I have this pinky color, which I used a combination of Let's Resin Rose Red and Let's Resin Purplish Red. And then finally I have this, to me it looks like a teal, and it actually is more transparent than it's looking on here. It's just there's paint on the stick or dye on the stick. But this is from Art. It is turquoise blue. It's a pigment paste. So hopefully that is not too opaque. It's probably a little more opaque than I wanted to, but it's really hard to measure when you're using a paste. And I think that it just got a little bit too much on there. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, so, and I also mixed up some glitter for the center. It's this really cool combination of a bunch of different glitters, and the glitter is round. It's not your normal, was it hexagonal? It's round. So I think that's really pretty, a really pretty glitter. So I'm going to start off by putting my white into my piping bag so that it is all ready to go, and I don't have to mess with it. So get that done first. Ta-da! All right, that's done. Just kind of setting stuff aside and trying to tidy as I go so I don't end up with a giant mess at the end. All right, so now for the colors. I kind of wanted to pour them in circles, like one in the middle, then the next one and the next one, but I know that that's not going to happen because the resin's going to move inward, or it's not going to stay put. So I am going to do a dirty pour. I'm just going to make some layers in here and then dump them into the mold. The mold is from an Etsy shop I really like. They are actually on, it says they're on vacation. They have been on vacation for at least 3 weeks. I'm not sure if they're coming back, but I always check when I put my videos up to see if they're there. And if they are, I will definitely put a link in the description. And I will put a link of all the things I used in this video in the description in case you're looking for something or you like what you see. All right, so I'm gonna layer these. I am doing this slightly different from what I have been doing in that I am using a dye instead of a pigment paste for my white. And then I am using slightly more of the colored portion to see if I can get some different results. If you haven't taken the course yet, it's on resincourses.com, and it's a great course. This is a course I did take, so I am familiar with it, and despite me following all the appropriate steps, for some reason, I'm not having the best luck in getting it to do what I want to do, but we'll see. Maybe today will be, today will be the day that it happens for me, maybe. Yeah, I wish that this had been a little more opaque. I'm not opaque, transparent. I know my words, I promise I know my words. I'm just tired. It's been a long day. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. I don't usually get to pour until at least after 9. So, sadly. All right, so I'm gonna take my stick here and I'm just gonna do a swish. I'm not gonna stir. I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth that way and then back and forth this way, so that it doesn't incorporate it into itself, but it does kind of make it so it's not all big blocks of color. All right, and then I'm gonna dump it in the middle like that. And I am gonna scrape the rest of it out because I wanna make sure I get all of it out, because it looks like it's leaning one direction. Come on, fill it up. Fill up the whole thing. All right, I might have to move this up just a little bit. Go that way. There we go. That probably is gonna throw off my design, but I wanted to make sure it got all over the place, so. All right, so now I'm going to torch it real fast. And it will continue to release bubbles for a while because I just poured it in and it's gonna be like, hey, we're bubbling here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move everything out of my way so that I can get a good angle when I'm doing this, because I don't wanna run my arm into something and mess up my dots. All right, so put this over here. Sorry, excuse me while I rearrange. All right, so now I am going to wind up my piping bag so I can pipe my dots. Let's get that up there. And feel free to fast forward through this part if you want to. I know it's not super exciting to watch me make a bunch of dots, and I'm sorry that I'm not savvy enough with the video editing to like fast forward through, or if I do a time lapse, then I have to stop and then reload it or whatever. So it's just easier for me if I just let it go. So don't mind me. Feel free, fast forward as you need or want. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna put in a bunch of dots, starting from the outside, working my way in. Everything is going to move towards the center. I am making my dots a little bit bigger than I normally do, just because I want to see what happens if I do. I don't want them to be too small. And I think I did it this way once before, and it made the outer petals bigger, but I could be wrong. I could be totally full of it and I don't know what I'm talking about. I've done so many of these, I honestly don't remember. And sadly, I'm really self-conscious, so I don't really post stuff if it's a total fail. If I get to the point where I'm actually doing all right and, you know, not so critical of myself, then I will definitely start posting some of my fails. But for the time being, I like to show you guys good work and not things that I'm embarrassed about. And that's my own problem. I know it's, you know, you can learn from both success and failure. But since I'm just so new to this still, as far as recording videos, I mean, I am just not, I don't want to lose people by showing my mistakes. So I know that that's not probably what would happen, but you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't, but I don't want to take a chance and drive people away by making bad art. And if it were me, someone saying that to me, I would be like, there's no such thing as bad art. But you know, it's always easier to psych other people up you know, and be their hype people than it is to do it for yourself. So, at least in my experience. I know I have some lovely subscribers here who are always making me feel really good about everything I do, even if I don't feel great about it. And I appreciate you all. I really do. You guys mean so much to me, and you help me out so much, give me ideas and encourage me, and I really appreciate you all. So thank you for subscribing and watching and liking and commenting and all the things. I appreciate you guys. Now, I don't know if I'm going to end up with a blob in the middle or not, a big white blob, but I'm going to stop there and not go in the exact very middle, just because I'm trying to avoid having blobs. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some more around the outside because they're all moving in. And I might not make these quite as big. It just depends on how they're coming out. But, so I will go through and I will fill up any little spots that I have that I think can use another dot. I like to go around several times. And it's going to continue to just keep moving inward as it cures. And then it'll keep moving, and I know it moves a lot longer because I'm using a 2-to-1 resin, and it's not as viscous as would probably be ultimately what you want, but it's what I've got. And I actually like the resin I'm using. I just, some of the ones that they recommend for these are kind of out of my price range. Teachers don't make enough money, you know? Anyway, enough about that. I'm just going to kind of keep going. And I'm actually lucky I have power tonight. We had a really big storm and my power got knocked off. Thankfully, it came back pretty quickly. It didn't stay out long. It just must have stayed out for maybe a minute. So I was worried though, because I was just starting to mix up my resin. And I was like, no, you can't do this to me. All right, just gonna throw a couple in here and there, and then I'm gonna stop because otherwise this whole thing will be filled with dots. All right, one more. All right, so I'm stopping there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump my white / glitter one in there. And it's super fine, like it's not gonna weigh it down or anything. And I don't even know if you can see it through the camera, but it's there, it's really cool, like a little shimmer. So I'm going to dump it in, and then I'm gonna add my glitter center, and then we will see what happens tomorrow when we unmold it. Here goes. Okay, that looks cool in the middle. All right, let me torch it. I'm gonna be getting bubbles for days. That's okay, I'll keep torching it. Now, not torturing it, torching it. All right, so now I'm gonna put my glitter in the middle. It is too liquidy to put it on, like on the stick and dump it. So I'm just gonna kinda just drop it in the center. All right. And I didn't worry about getting it all in there. I just want to have some in the middle there so that it gives it a center. And I think it'll look really pretty, those colors. I can see like a little bit of the teal over here, so I'm hoping some more of it shows up in other parts. But otherwise, it still looks pretty cool, the purples and the pinks. Hopefully the teal will continue to come out. And you know, you can't tell looking at this side what it's going to look like. It never ends up looking the same as it does on this side. So, all right, well, that is it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, wherever you are. And I will see you guys when it's time to unmold. Bye. All right, it's time to unmold. Let's see if we got any luck with this. You can see lots of little feathering in there. I don't think the back of mine have ever looked like this, so well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This is the best one I've ever done. Oh my gosh. I love it. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And you can probably see like the little glitter. Oh, I'm so excited. Yay! All right, I'm gonna have to go take some pictures of this and then I will post this video as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Let me know what you think. Talk to you soon. Bye.